Well, today I went down to the Tuscarora Sheriff's. Sweethearts. Okay. To get my CCW redone. Okay. I go in and he pulls out my file. And he said, there's a thing from the Portage County Sheriff's. He starts reading it. And he lays it aside. He's like, will you tell me what's going on? Just tell me. So I told him. I started letting him listen to the tapes that I have. And I told him about the Protect a Life case and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And how you can get it from the Massillon police because they watched my daughter-in-law Dixie because they tamper with her vehicles. And I said, I actually have my ex on video. It's the same thing the police have. And it's time-stamped back to the case because that agent actually started a Protect a Life case. And turned to the police. I said, he called the wrong police station. He went, you're kidding. I said, no, I was undercover police in the courthouse. I said, I talked to the Ravenna police. They're like, none of this is funny. It must have been the Portage County Sheriff's doing it to you. I said, they parked in the police parking lot, and they called them the boys. Now, the only other scenario, what if the Portage County Sheriff's has a undercover police park called the boys? And that's why the chief of police won't correct them. Because you gotta think, one of the Stark County sheriffs couldn't just break in your house and watch because your ex found a retired judge's daughter. They have to search you with a search warrant and Miranda warrant. And even special protective light cases per Department of Justice leasing agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life, and they have to speak to everyone before they start. I even verified it with the Portage County Sheriff. He said, yes, you don't get a warrant watch somebody. And it'd be like one of the Stark County Sheriffs breaking in somebody's house and stalking them. They go to jail for breaking and entering burglary with attempted extortion under it. It's a lot of years in prison. You have a right to privacy, a right to remain quiet, a right to a legal representation, a right to a fair court trial, bail, and bond. Nobody can be in your home but those special protective light cases. But my unique case, well, the Canton FBI started a protective light case. Had an officer talk to Dave. So it made it legal requirements. They said the undercover police lied to Will that I was lying, so he didn't even watch a house tape. That's how they got away with it. Because he couldn't have known about any illegal surveillance or he would have had to put him in jail. You know, I was talking to that Tuscarora sheriff today, and I told him what to say to the Massillon Police Department. And I said, they'll tell you I'm innocent of everything. He said, and they'll tell you you're not crazy either too, right? I said, absolutely. I said, you want to see him say all this stuff and all my witnesses? He's like, you could write a book. What happened? I said, I want to write a book. I want somebody to fix this. And he's like, well, get a hold of the Ohio Attorney General. I said, the BCI department? He's like, yeah. I said, I already did. He said, what'd they say? I said, a letter stating, just because you don't hear from us don't mean that we're not investigating. He said, then they got investigators all over this. I said, good. I'll tell you what. They were following me down there and they were harassing me. Well, I started playing, the people knowing I was drugged and framed. People knowing, what else? The gunshot night, the attempted kidnapping, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And how it falls in order, And I started with it. I told that Tuscarora sheriff I started at like 17 on. And he's like, your ex-husband's crazy, right? And Because I said, you can look. I walk down the stairs. You see only him. I turn around. There's no one else in the room. I made sure. Walk in and sit down and talk to him. He said, I see that. And he's sitting there confessing to all kinds of crimes and knowledge of crimes. There's no excuse for any of this to happen. Came out, there were so-called sodium pentothal reports for date rape drugs. You can't even get sodium pentothal in our country. It was outlawed in 17. It's a lethal outlawed drug you actually lie under. And it's been outlawed in our country since 17, and the case started September 27th, 18. I came home, and then I went to Dollar General, and some girls came in and said, no, this is funny, the police found the case. Just call the national police. They keep an eye on Dixie because Dave put a threat on her life. I called that agent, and his secretary answered, and she's like, well, he's got a list, I'm working on it. He knew he had enough on Dave in 10 days to arrest him, and he didn't. None of this should have ever happened. He could not have had knowledge of them stalking me in my home, because the regular police, even the Portage County Sheriff, the police and agencies can only be in your home under threat of life, and they have to talk to each person before they start, or it's not admissible as a Fourth Amendment. He said yes, and that's exactly what the Tuscarora Sheriff said. Massillon Police and Officer Reinhardt also have a right to privacy or have a right to remain quiet. It's ridiculous. And yeah, somebody needs to do something about this. Crooked police stations, drugging people up with date rape drugs, stalking them, selling police information, cutting people up, rape and torturing them, selling them police information. I told that Tuscarora Sheriff about that officer raping me and Faith Family Church yelling at him for it, and that they have sold it to children. And these people making fun of me for this. There was a Canton officer that was online, got arrested for human trafficking. Do you realize these people could do it too? Because all those bruises I had, where they were getting their fake sodium pentothal reports, where they're breaking and stabbing me in my sleep and reviewing drinks. If somebody touched me improperly, exactly what they're going to get. It's not funny that police are that corrupt. It's not funny when they're serial killers. None of this